In this video, we're going to build a submarine. The pieces you're going to need for the submarine are a 4x6 inverted wedge piece, two 1x2 inverted slopes, a 4x6 double inverted slope, two 2x4 wedge plates. One is a left one and one is a right one. You put them side by side and they'll make a pointy shape together. A 2x4 plate, a 1x2 plate, a 1x2 brick with two side studs, a 2x4 wedge plate, a 3x6 wedge plate, a hinge base. We'll come back to this piece in a minute or two. And then the special submarine parts are these, they're half of an octagonal panel, two octagonal panel halves, and then two side panels with portholes. And oh, I did not separate all my pieces. I have two other pieces I have to show you. Okay, this is a propeller housing for a submarine, and a submarine propeller, and a tan pin that allows the propeller to spin, and an octagonal windshield for them to look out the front. Now, the windshield and the hinge may already be attached to each other when you take them out of the bag. If they are, leave them as they are. If they aren't, you want to attach the hinge to the windshield so that the flat side, one side of when you, let me take it off so I can show you again. When you hold the hinge the right way up, that is with the square holes that stick onto studs at the bottom, one side of it looks flat and the other side of it has the hinge pieces. When you are sticking the hinge onto the hinge place on your windshield, you're going to want to stick it so that looking from the outside you do not see the flat face. You actually see the hinge pieces. And on the inside, when you look at it, it looks more like a brick. Now, let's start building. We're going to start by building the back of the submarine. So, like I said, this is the propeller housing, and you're going to take your tan pin. One end of it is crisscross, and you're going to crisscross axle, and you're going to stick that into the propeller housing so that the round bit of it is sticking out. And then you're going to take your propeller and stick it onto the round bit. And the propeller should spin freely. If you blow on it, from the top it spins round. Now, on the underneath of the propeller, we are going to stick on this piece here. So it's going to stick on underneath that square with the studs at the back of the propeller. And then on top of those four studs at the back of the propeller, we're going to stick on the bigger wedge plate, the 3x6. So the bottom one is the little one and the top one is the big one. Then we're going to take our two upslopey pieces and we're going to stick them underneath where that wedge plate sticks out from the propeller, like this. And then we're going to take our two octagonal pieces and we're going to stick them onto those slopey, so that they fit with the slopey edges of that plate. So you should make this shape very neatly. Then we're going to take the underneath, this is the bottom of the whole submarine, and we're going to, the pointy end of it is going to stick matching the pointy shape here. So we're going to stick it on like this so that it points towards the propeller. And it should stick out. You should be able to see two hollow studs and the start of that triangular gap on each side here before you reach the back of it. Now we're going to look at this piece here. This piece here is for the front or middle of the ship, and we're going to take our two or two flat pieces that are slightly triangular, and we're going to stick them so that the row of 4 studs sticks onto the row of 4 studs on either edge of this piece, like this. And then we're going to take this piece and attach it onto the front of the other bit that we built, like this. So now you have the back of the sub and you have fins on either side. It's kind of like a fish. It has fins to help direct it. And then we're going to take one of your porthole pieces and it sticks down onto that row of 4 studs. And the next porthole piece does the same. And the 2 porthole pieces should meet exactly in the middle. And you should have a row here where there's 2 studs wide and 5 studs long. 2 of the studs are on these back pieces, and then the rest of the studs are on the front ones. And then you're going to take a 2x4 plate, and you're going to stick it down, starting at the back, so that it connects all 4 of these big yellow panel pieces and holds them together. Now we just need to fill in this gap we left at the front. You take a 1x2 plate and stick it on there. So now this is the whole body of your submarine, complete. All we have to do is fit on the door at the front that opens and closes to let people get into it. So here we have a 1x2 brick with 2 side studs, and we're going to stick it just underneath the very front of our sub. And then here is our windshield with the hinge on the bottom. And the hinge is going to stick onto those 2 studs, like this. And now you have a slightly fish-shaped submarine. And you should be able to open and close it from the front like this. It looks almost as if it were a fish opening and closing its mouth.